Hello everyone, welcome to Figma tips and tricks tutorial, and today I'm going to talk about the trick which is very helpful to create the multi-select drop-down list. So here in multi-select we are using the checkbox to select the multiple options from the drop-down list, and I have an example. So let's present this. So in this example we have this header, and while I click on this, either it is a header or a label. So while I click on this, the 7 is getting down, and we have the drop down list with options InVision, Figma and XD. So any of the selection will reflect on the header with the name which is given in option. So InVision and then Figma and XD. So it is very useful for creating the prototype, and here while I deselect this, it is getting away. So let's start creating multi-select. So here I will take one frame, and we need a drop down list. So for that we'll take rectangle and arrange here width and height, and change the color. So now we'll give the radius. So we need a radius just in a top. So here I can give 10, 10, and remaining I will keep 0, 0. So next is the drop down list. So for that I will take the rectangle, now align this, and next going to give the checkbox to select multiple options. So here is the checkbox which I will make visible the background color and use the stroke, and here going to give the color. So now we'll disable this background color, instead we'll use this stroke, and here we'll use the same color. So next make the radius, and we need check icon. For that we'll place an image, and align this image. Next we need text here, so we'll use the text as like list 1. So here we have the list 1, we'll align together, and then we can change this stroke color also. So we'll take the same color which is here. Now I'm going to make it group. So before that, I will give name to this check one, and then just select this icon and this. Now make it Control G group, and we can say here list one, or either we can write here as a option. So whatever is suitable we can give, just it is an example. Next, just copy this and it will be list 2, and here I'm going to give the name as list 2 and this check as a list 2. So next, going to take the third list, so just copy this and make this list 3, and this group of name will be 3. Now next, select this. Now we have the list 1, list 2 and the list 3. So here now I'm going to create local variable. So can give name Multiselect, and here what all variables we require. So we'll use this first boolean. So in boolean variable we need check, so we'll give the name check1 and just duplicate this variable check2 and then check3. So this I have taken for this check icon, which is false. Now we'll assign this check or pass through the layer. So here I have check 1, now this check 2 and then check 3. So after passing through the layer, now we need list 1, list 2, list 3 is fine. We need a header string. So here we can use the text and this text, suppose I have taken A and just copy this B and copy this at C. Now this header 1, 2, 3 ABC. So what we'll do, we'll select and here we'll check the auto width, and here also these all are enabled. So select these 3 A, B and C. Now next what we need to do, just make the auto layout and now this frame is ready. So here we need to create the local variable for this header. So for that we'll take the string, we'll say header 1, and we don't give any values here, then just we can duplicate this variable as a header 2 and then header 3. So header 1, 2, 3 is ready. So now we can assign this. So this is A, B and C. So A I'm going to assign with the header 1. So here click on this text apply variable header 1, and then B as a header 2 and the C as a header 3. So this work is done. Now I'm going to give the interaction. So select this, come to prototype, interaction, on click. So here we need to add the condition. So we'll take the conditional and we can say like if check 1 equal to false, add action check 1 true. So this condition is just for enable that check icon, and if the check 1 equal to false, set variable check 1 true. So in else we'll take the check 1 false. So this condition is for check this selected state, and now we'll add the another condition where we can set the variable for the string. So add condition. So condition will be very easy. So once the check is true, means this is selected, then a string will set here. So for that we'll take the check 1 equal to true, then add action set variable header 1 2, and here I'm going to add this as header 1 add a string space double quote and write the same name. Here I'm writing list 1, or either you can add in a variable list 1 2 3. So after this, once it is done with the setting the variable, we have to add the condition if it is a false. So if it is a false, means not selected, then list 1 will remove from the header selection. So for that we'll add the else condition. So we'll come here set variable check 1, or either directly we can say in header 1 will be blank. So once it is a true, it will set list 1. If it is a false, then it will come to the header 1. So let's preview first. So here the selection came. InVision came. Now InVision is getting off from there. So it is working fine. Okay, so we didn't see this. Instead of that, let's see again this one. So list one, it is working fine. So once it is working fine, we can take this interaction and paste in list 2. So select this one and close from here. Just copy this interaction and paste for the list 2. The same for list 3. So in list 2, we have to change the variable. So here instead of check 1, we have to say check 2, because that is the check icon which we have used is the check 2. And then here also, once it is a false, we have to make it true, so check 2. And then else check 2 will be false. And in a third condition, okay, so in this condition again we have to make it check 2. Just we have to replace check 1 with the check 2. And header, instead of header 1, we have to say header 2. And here for list 1, we can say list 2. And then else part, here we have to give header 1 instead header 2. So this is done. Now come to the list 3, click here, and we have to say instead of check 1, check 3, and set check 1 as check 3. And then else part, we have to say check 1, check 3. So just I am replacing check 1 with the check 3. So check 3, and again this header will be header 3, and it will be the list 3. And this header also will come to the header 3. And then else it will be the header 3. So we'll check again. This will be header 3, list 3, header 3, check 3. And then we have the set variable check 3 false, check 3, check 3. This is fine. Come and check this, check 2, right? And header 2, here we have missed, so we have to make it header 2, and then header 2. So now it is ready, so we can preview this. So here we have the list 1, list 2, and list 3. So while I'm removing from here unchecked, list 3 is getting disappear, list 2 and list 1. So now we need to give the interaction for this header. So we'll come here and we'll select all and make it the group. So check whatever is like hidden, whether it is selected or not. So now Control Z, and we can say this as a drop down list. So now drop down list is ready. So we'll come to design and we'll add one local variable here as a boolean, which will say drop down list. So drop down list will be false by default because it should not be appear. So what we'll do, we'll pass through layer drop down list and it is hidden. Now this is the header and we have to write the code for that. So in traction here, on click, in on click we have to add the condition. So condition will be drop down list. If drop down list equal to false, which is the by default behavior which we have assigned, drop down list equal to false, then set variable drop down list true. That's it. Now in else part, just we have to call the our statement set variable drop down list false. So this is done. Now if we are going to say like a chevron and all, if we want to add, we can add the chevron and we can check that. So just we'll preview this and see. So clicking on this, it is appearing list 1, list 2, list 3. And one more thing, like while it is list 1, list 2, list 3, there is no space, so we can add the space there. So select this text, come to design, and here you will get the space. So this is frame and then this text. So in this text, here instead of this 0 and here pass through layer, okay, yeah. So selecting this, here we'll get the value, horizontal padding and horizontal gap between items. So here we can say if we want 10, so how it will appear. Now the space in between is much more, so it is easier to read. And if you want to add the semicolon or a comma, that we can use the variable or instead we can use over the text. So for the chevron, you can use the previous lesson drop down list to add over the prototype, and you can use that trick. So it is working absolutely fine. And how is the lesson? Please write on the comment. For today, thank you very much.